Welcome to Manitoba's Electronic Music Exhibition, located in beautiful Winnipeg, Manitoba. Once again, it's time to showcase Manitoba artistry, music, and historical beauty.
Meme takes over 4 days and 3 nights at some of Winnipeg's hottest, most exclusive locations, including the Forks Bridge Party.
The Forks Bridge Party, being able to dance in the sunset, was very surreal for me. But the Cube, I think, will always have my heart. So let's experience Meme as it takes over the Exchange District.
From the Forks to downtown Winnipeg, let's turn up the lights, surrender ourselves to the music, and let the night take us.
Electric Prairies is diving deeper into Meme than ever before to bring you the thoughts from the creators and the contributors of this epic festival, including
Timo Moss,
Mama Cutsworth,
a surprise interview with Justin James.
We have Nathan Zahn, Renny Foster, and all your favorite local DJs. I'm Amanda Nichols.
And I'm Sam Bear.
This is Electric Prairies.
Meme 2015. So Amanda, you've been hosting Electric Prairies for the past few years now. Can you tell me what one of your favorite interviews might have been? Or some.
Yeah, there's quite a few. I've had the honor of being able to speak to most of Meme's DJs for the last 3 years, and it's been great being able to pick the brains of these amazing artists and just seeing where their inspiration comes from and why they do music or how it started. So answering or trying to answer the question, I have fond memories of Dave King, my time with Blondish, Funk de Void was fabulous. Of course, you put me in the spot and my mind just goes boom.
It happens, as you notice some of our other interviews.
So just because it's your first year, how was it being on the other side since you've attended Meme and you've been able to be a spectator? How was it being on the other side with us and being and watching it instead of very much?
Now I'm on the spot. You have absolutely no idea. Getting to meet and going behind the scenes, I have no words to describe how much fun I've had. Like, this has just been an amazing experience.
First 3 that come to mind about Meme this year.
Well, one is I had mentioned to my father that I got to interview Timo Moss, and my dad was just like, "Shut up. Are you serious? Timo Moss, I know him." Like, you don't actually know him, do you? He's like, "Well, no, I don't know him, but I know of him." I was like, "Oh, well, you'll get to see it later."
That's fabulous.
Another one, meeting Max Ulus. He was hysterical.
Yeah.
Oh my God, like, that is one funny guy. I'm so happy we got to meet him. Another one, that's a tough one. Third one. I'm just happy that I got to be out here to experience this all with everyone, including you guys. Like, This has been amazing.
Dancing is always one of my favorite things to do. Being out with the camaraderie of everybody else who comes out for these events. So we're going to stop talking about how awesome Meme was, and we'll let you hear it from some of your favorite artists. So we are here with James Teej. After an amazing performance, he got everyone dancing, and there's actually a sneak duo collab with Mr. Timo Moss. But that was an epic performance. Thank you so much for coming to Winnipeg.
Thank you very much.
So is this your first time in Winnipeg?
This is actually my third time in Winnipeg.
Awesome. So I want to know, what was the first album you purchased with your own money as growing up?
I've been listening to music and studying music since I was like 5 years old. But I would say probably what I can remember is maybe when I was really young, buying KLF, The White Room, on tape.
Yes!
So that would be one of the first kind of like memorable ones that sort of, I guess, would stand out. But yeah.
No, very good.
Were they your musical influence, or was there another person?
I've got an enormous amount of musical influences. I'm very much sort of interested in all sorts of types of music. So throughout the years, I mean, music really has been my life. And you know, the '90s rave culture, you know, getting tapes from Europe, early acid house and stuff like that probably was the biggest influence as far as, you know, what I've grown into producing, and always kind of with everything that I do sort of has a little bit of a nod, you know, to those early days.
That's perfect, because I want to ask, how important do you believe classical musical training is before you start creating electronic sound?
Well, I think the beauty of electronic music is that you don't necessarily have to. I actually do. I'm a classical pianist, and I've studied Latin and jazz drums, and I mean, again, music has sort of been my life. Play guitar, and I mean, that's just kind of been my life. So I think that I wouldn't say that it's important. I think that there's a lot of people out there that don't have classical backgrounds that have equally as good of an ear for I guess what they're trying to do. So I mean, it's always in like the ear of the beholder, right? So I mean, I've had the music that's inspired me, the things that sort of, you know, touch me, I guess, a little bit sort of on a deeper level, and that's the kind of stuff that I try to surround myself in, regardless of the genre. I mean, whether it's electronic, whether it's rock, classic rock, you know, even pop music, you know. So I try to keep things nice and open. I mean, obviously this is a part of my life. I've been DJing for over 20 years, so you know, that kind of culture obviously drives a certain sort of way of, I guess, performing and a certain type of music, but within that spectrum still really enjoy to sort of explore all sorts of different reaches, and every set that I end up playing is always different, and I try to kind of make it so that it's something that's personalized to the environment and to the situation and to the event that I'm playing at.
So you said you were DJing for 20 years, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so what kind of advice would you have for some new artists coming into the scene?
I would say, first of all, just be patient. You know, really sort of see what the reasons are that you're wanting to do this. You know, my advice to any young artist is really just to follow their heart, and you know, if they find something that really ends up sort of turning their cranks, then, you know, focus on that, you know, and don't try to emulate what other people have done. I mean, that's really something that electronic music has always been really great for, is that it's really allowed people to kind of express themselves in a whole bunch of different ways.
So the bass is pumping right now. It's going like boom, 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 boom.
Oh, we can hear the windows rattling. No worries. That's why we
The
had
glass
to
is
come across the
rattling
street.
against the screen, so it's going on. It's pretty good. So you guys should come check it out.
Yeah, we're gonna get some nice, awesome shots.
Yeah, you guys should.
Moss, who just finished nailing on the decks. The dance floor is hot, sweaty, moving and grooving. So I wanted to ask you, seeing how you've been traveling worldwide performing and you've achieved great success, what part of this job gives you the greatest satisfaction?
Playing music.
Playing music?
I mean, traveling is part of it, but it sucks. I mean, to be very honest. But I mean, I love playing music. You heard probably 2 sets today of me. So I played today in the afternoon with James Teej just because I want to play music. That's the reason why I'm here. And it's the best thing.
We wanted to thank you for the surprise tag team that you did with James
Of course.
Teej today.
We're homies anyway, so.
Your homies? All right, perfect. So I also wanted to ask you, the biggest roadblocks that you have with traveling, do you miss your family, your friends? Do you have any pets at home that maybe your neighbors look after for you?
No. I'm single, and I have a daughter, which is like, you know, more work than a cat or a dog for sure. But I mean, I see her as much as I'm back home, and now I'm always traveling. I'm always on the road. For a dog, it would not be fair, and for a cat, I'm allergic to cats, by the way.
Allergic to cats?
Yeah, super
Oh
allergic.
no, that's not good.
Not a nice thing.
So no cats at home?
No. No.
So, since you've been doing this for a while, I wanted to ask as well, do you have any advice to give some of our new aspiring artists?
Cool. Well, let's say it like that. I come from a completely different generation. And but also back in the years and also today, it's important to be yourself, to do something that's unique. You know, that you can identify if you want to have success. I mean, real success, not this like, sorry, but this like EDM bullshit or so going on. I mean, like success with quality. This is what I try to achieve. You know, you have to be like quite unique. You have to find like your little niche, you know, you think it's like, it's your style. It's like no one else is doing that, and just do it and not talk about it. A lot of people talk about what they do and they have the biggest fucking studios, but they have no ideas. Huh? So what I mean, it's like, you know, everyone can do a track on an iPhone, to be very honest. I don't need 150,000 studio for that. It's about the ideas, and good ideas are still rare. There's a lot of like, you know, average shit out there, and there is, of course, a lot of like quality also, but you have to dig a little bit deeper to find that, or work a little bit harder to make it. And that's what I say. If you want to achieve whatever, DJ or whatever, you have to give 110%.
Oh,
and not less.
That
if
is
you give
110%
if
true.
you give like 50% of all your time, of all your passion, you will maximum achieve 50%. If you give 110, you can possibly reach up there, whatever the up there means.
That is 110%
and
true.
you hear how ambitious I am.
Oh,
and this is something that was carrying me through my 33 years of DJing.
Wow, long time.
I'm an old fucker.
Really?
Yeah,
Not
I am.
that old.
Yeah, come on.
So I know you have to travel a lot, so we just wanted to thank you for taking the time to take this interview with us.
Of course.
And we wish you great travels, and we hope that Winnipeg was one of the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very nice start of the tour. See you. And kick ass. Ciao.
Kick ass.
We are here with JNL, one half of the Get Famous duo. He is participating in this year's meme workshops. So what inspired you to get involved with the meme workshops?
You know, I was honored to be asked again to participate. I actually have taught youth to make music in the past for some programs here in the city. So it's kind of something I kind of want to keep as part of my life. So, you know, this is once a year now. This is kind of all I'm doing, but I'm happy to do it.
Yeah.
I want to stay active.
So what kind of satisfaction do you get from teaching some of the young, inspiring artists?
Satisfaction. I don't know. You know, every music producer or musician wants to share music, and being on the technical end of things, you kind of want to share that too, and you want to show people how easy it is to really dive in, get started making music, and then sort of watch them receive their own satisfaction after they can kind of quickly get something made for themselves.
So can you talk about the workshop that you were holding today here downtown Winnipeg?
Okay, today is a listening workshop. It's called Feedback Loop, and I'm actually here just showing some recent tracks I've made, and they're being critiqued by a panel. So I'm kind of hands off. I'm just sort of participating like an audience member. But tomorrow is kind of it's a weird workshop where multiple producers will be coming in and out and kind of contributing to a track throughout the day. So yeah, you might want to be here for that.
That might sound interesting.
Yeah, so I'm actually not sure what I'll be contributing. It may be writing something, it may be mixing something, or maybe I'll just provide feedback, but yeah.
So then let's go back to your tracks being critiqued by a panel of judges. How does that make you feel?
Okay, well, they haven't got to my stuff yet, but I'm interested because I set them up with a few different tracks at various stages of like completion, so I'm just interested to hear what they would say, like with a track I just started yesterday versus one that Ministry of Sound bought recently, so it's kind of like
hours and hours behind it.
oh yeah, hours,
Yeah.
weeks. So I don't know. Let's. I'd love for them to rip it apart. I like being critiqued. I think feedback's great. It's you got to listen to it, like every time somebody rips your track apart, because the only people that matter are really the audience. So wherever they come from, listen to them.
So would you say you're really well at taking constructive criticism?
Maybe. I kind of, yeah, I'll take it and I'll bite the inside of my lip and listen and nod and smile. No, but sometimes I'm just like, whatever, I made the track the way I want to, so you don't like it, that's your problem.
Well, we're very excited to hear you and get famous later on
Awesome.
during Meme Fest.
Thank you, yeah, we're excited to play. Thank you for interviewing me, and come and see us Sunday night, 8:30.
Yeah, we'll be there.
We will be there. Thank you for the time.
Thanks.
Shael, the first female performer of Me in 2015.
High five.
Woo!
There we go.
Wicked. So we would like to talk about the early days of your musical career. So when did music first touch you? Did you get involved in music really early as a child, or did it come later in life?
Good question. I started getting into electronic music back when I was 1999. But I've always been exposed to a lot of really awesome music. My parents grew up listening to really cool music. My dad played in a band, so I was always around music. I never really thought that I would want to play an instrument or do anything with it, but I started going to parties, electronic music parties in '99, and I just got really, really interested in it, and I loved the music. So in 2001 I bought my own turntables, and with absolutely no intention of ever DJing in front of people because I was way too shy. But it kind of just naturally happened. I don't know, people started offering me shows to play, and I started getting more interested and excited about it, and then the rest is kind of history, I guess.
And now we're here.
Yeah.
So then who were some of your biggest role models?
Well, back in the day, I guess in my early days of being in the music scene and DJing, a lot of the DJs that I followed back then were Brett Phillips, Joe Silva, DJ Bams. Even now, my current soon-to-be husband, Smooths, he used to call himself Smooth Operator back then. We both started DJing around the same time, so we definitely fed off each other. All of us who kind of started DJing around that time, just, we inspired each other. It was pretty awesome.
So he was really smooth operator.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, he ended up with you somehow, so he must be some kind of smooth.
Yes, anyway.
Are there any unusual places or weird things that you derive inspiration from?
It's tough to say. I'm always listening to house music, house and techno. It's tough to say because I'm just constantly like going on SoundCloud and looking up artists that I like and listening to their latest music, and I don't know, it's hard to say. I'm really just always on SoundCloud listening to music. So it's, I don't know, hard to say.
Just constantly building that repertoire of music.
I guess so, yeah. I listen to it all the time, and I try to go out to shows. I just sort of recently started getting more involved again. I kind of took a little bit of a hiatus after I had a child a few years ago, and just had to kind of take a break. But I'm kind of slowly reintroducing myself back into the DJ community, so.
Any albums coming out, maybe?
No albums. I record DJ mixes. I've been doing some for a couple of radio shows. I actually have one that's going to air on a radio show in Argentina next weekend. It's called Deep Essence by Jero Nuguez. It's a really awesome deep house producer in Buenos Aires. So that'll be coming out next week. It'll be airing next Saturday. and then it'll be uploaded to SoundCloud after that.
So where is it airing? Where can people, if they want to hear this live on Saturday, where can they hear this?
You just look up Deep Essence Radio, and you'll find. I don't know the exact website at the
No
moment.
problem.
I'm sorry, totally.
So what about your music? Where can people go find some of the beats and tracks that you dropped today?
You can just go to my SoundCloud page. I've got a bunch of DJ mixes, and they're all downloadable. And it's just SoundCloud/Shael DJ. So.
And that's spelled Shael, just so you guys know.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Perfect.
Here we are at the Cube with Max Ulus, who just finished playing an hour-and-a-half set.
Thank you so much, sir, for turning up the energy and getting us ready for the evening.
Thank you for being here.
So I wanted to ask you, what drew you as a music career in the first place?
Well, it wasn't the money, I'll tell you that much. Little other skill, basically.
Oh my God! You're a very talented man. You're being way humble now.
It's what I enjoy doing. It's pretty simple. I live in a very kind of be what you want to be kind of household, and that's what I did. So there you go.
Okay, so let's rewind back in time. If we showed up at your high school, where would we have found you lurking?
You would find me lurking in a 9 Inch Nails shirt at a rave.
Yes.
Kind of out of place, a little dark for the rave, but happy.
Yeah, that's like most of us. It's okay.
Yeah.
So how do you balance creating music and performing with your daily routine?
It's pretty simple because my daily routine is performing and making music.
I guess
So
that's a good
basically
answer.
when I'm not performing, I'm making music or thinking about making music or making delightful food.
I really am jealous of your life. So, because you achieved that level, you know, you're a working artist. How does it feel to be a working artist and just eat, live, and breathe music?
I'm just basically grateful every day that I can do this. I'm pretty amazed that I get to do it. And I think as an artist, you have to stay humble and really understand that what you're in the position you were in is a very lucky position to be in. So basically, I just stay grateful, and that keeps me happy.
That's awesome. Okay, so I got one more question, totally out of left field. I hope you're gonna have a good answer. So, in your opinion, how would you define rave culture?
It is a constantly evolving mishmash of creativity. That's how I would basically.
That's beautiful.
That is a good answer.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Community.
Community. Hey everyone, we're here with Nikki Bolan, who's a veteran at playing meme here in Winnipeg.
Guten Tag.
So I wanted to ask you, what were your first musical inspirations when you were younger?
CBC on Friday nights. A lot of Brave New Waves was the first thing I found. I was 17. I would stay home Friday nights and I would listen to Brave New Waves from midnight to like 5 o'clock in the morning. And they would play like an eclectic selection of songs from like disco, funk, industrial, techno, ambient, just weird stuff. And I would like put my tapes in. I was 17, so I'd put a tape in. I'd go like ask my mom for like $20. I'd go like to what's the store? Radio Shack and buy like a pack of tapes, and I'd take a pack of tapes and take them home and I put them inside, and like every Friday night. So I had like Friday night for this day with a date on it, and this Friday night for this day, and I had like tapes and tapes and tapes and tapes. And what I would do is just like listen to these tapes over and over and over. And so that was my introduction into
Oh wow, that collection must have been huge.
It was huge, yeah.
I do remember recording the radio with tapes, but that leads me to wonder, what was the first album you saved up your money when you were like 17 or even younger to purchase?
Prince, Purple Rain.
Oh wow,
and
we're
also
going back.
Prince, the Bat Dance album from like the Batman,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You might be a little young for that, but I do know Prince. So,
Yeah.
So as a DJ currently, what are you working on?
A lot of stuff, but it's wow. I guess I'm my own worst critic, so I sit there and have like all these tracks that I'm just like, are they ready? I'm like, sit there, I'm like, is it ready? And I don't think it's ready, so I think what I need for me is like a second opinion, but I don't think I want to be critiqued by the second opinion, so it's like that like.
Oh, well, there's a feedback loop for that, right?
Thing, like, oh yeah, like, I want you to hear this if you like it, but I don't want to hear what you have to say about it. So I'm working on stuff, and yeah.
So it's basically just tell me that you like it and we're okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I like what I'm doing, I like where I'm going, I like the stuff that I'm producing, and in due time, it'll come out.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
So because you've been to many memes, can you give us your favorite performance? It doesn't have to be from this year. It might not have happened yet, but it can be.
Oh yeah,
from...
easily, yeah.
Okay.
It would be Thomas Feldman. I've been a big fan of Thomas Feldman and the Orb, and when he played, I think it was the last set 2 years ago, and it started raining. It was like so hot out, and then it started pouring rain. And everyone was like, yes, like so you have everyone on the dance floor was like, finally. I was like, this is fucking, like, you can't make this stuff up.
No.
Like, it was just perfect. It was a perfect set. It was a perfect environment. Like, everyone was like on the same page.
I'm really hoping for rain this year too.
Yes.
At one of the night sets.
Maybe it'll rain tonight.
It just brings everyone together, and you really feel that camaraderie that the rave scene has to offer.
Yes.
Exactly. So one last question. Where can all of your new fans and old find your music?
The only stuff I have online right now is with the T204 series, which is Andrew Bessick's little like baby child. So you can find me on T204. If you look up SoundCloud, it'd be T204 Nikki Bolan.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We are here with Renny Foster, who just graced us with another amazing musical set.
Hello. Hi, nice to meet you.
So what's your favorite part about Meme this year?
Yeah, my favorite part has been hanging out with the Winnipeg crew, very nice people, hanging out with my friend Noah Pred, who lives in Berlin now, so we don't get to see each other that much, so I really enjoyed playing the same party with him. And I did this presentation at the Manitoba Music place. I should say it properly, but I don't know what it is. This place, which is dope and really
What
nice
was the
people.
workshop about?
I did a workshop about music business related topics.
Okay.
Yeah.
That seems heavy. Okay, so then with electronic music heading into mainstream, what is your take on the evolution or de-evolution of electronic music?
Well, you know, it's just another phase in the cycle. It's just another new era. I've been into it for so long that I've seen it come into the mainstream and go out of the mainstream so many times that it doesn't really faze me. It just gets cheesier every time.
You've been on the scene for a long time.
Yeah.
So then, what are some of your musical influences? Let's rewind and go back to when you had your headphones on in your bedroom. Who were you listening to?
Oh, shit. Well, you know, to be honest with you, I got into this music when I was 11 years old in the 80s through breakdancing. And ever since then, I've always been involved in it. So I went from being a breakdancer to fooling around with tapes in my bedroom, trying to make edits, and to messing around with DJing and scratching records and rapping and all kinds of stuff, graffiti, everything. So I've always been in it, man. I've never just been a spectator. I don't spectate.
Do you want to rap for us right now?
No.
Oh. Okay, wait. One more question. So, talking about the past, in high school, where would we have found you? Like with the jocks, with the nerds?
I didn't finish high school.
What?
Yeah, fuck
You're
school.
just a prolific musical artist.
Yeah, no, I've just been, 100% subculture for a really long time. So, school was never my deal. But when I was in school, I got along very well with other students. It was mostly the authorities
Teachers.
that didn't dig me. I got kicked out of one high school for doing a rap show with some friends. Some of that crew later went on to be part of Swollen members. Wow. But before that, we were called. Before that happened, the crew I ran with was called Sound Advice.
Yes.
Big up to Degree, Mocha Only, Prevail, T-Double, all the homies, and we did a rap show at my high school, and they told us specifically not to swear. So I did a whole freestyle about the principal. It was just crazy, full of like the worst cussing ever, and I got kicked out of school.
And you were done
That's
with
one
school.
time I got kicked out of school.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Well, you were just a bad boy. So where can some of our viewers or find your music? Where can they come and download some of Renny Foster?
You can check my music out anywhere digital music is sold, iTunes or Beatport or wherever, or if you got a record store, you dig vinyl, check it out. Just search my name and you'll find all kinds of stuff.
And there's music there.
Lots. And I'm running a label right now called RF and a vinyl label called RF Tracks. So if you, support it.
Support talent.
Yeah, or,
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
No
Love
problem.
Winnipeg.
So we're here with Isis Graham, who just finished playing an awesome set. So how are you enjoying Meme so far?
I love Meme. I love Winnipeg. I've always loved Winnipeg. I've been coming here DJing regularly for 12 years, but Meme is a great showcase of what Canada, and especially Middle Canada and the Prairies, has to offer to the rest of the world. It's a great international showcase and national showcase of what we are capable of.
Wow, so coming from Calgary, are you on tour right now? Like, where are you going next?
No, I mean, next I'll be playing at Habitat Living Sound in Calgary. I play there a lot, and I also have a couple residencies there. I'm not really on tour. I mean, touring Canada is like a big strenuous act. I mean, it's a giant country. When you're touring Canada, you're like, yeah, I'm touring Canada all year. Like, this month I'm going to be in Winnipeg. Next month I'll be in Toronto. It's like it's an intense. There's only 2 nights in the weekend, and it's really hard for Canadians to be able to consistently do a tour for 5 nights in a row. Because, as you know, like a Wednesday night, say in Winnipeg, might not be as hot as say Friday night. So
this is true. This is very much
Canadian artists don't really tour Canada during the week. Let's just put it that way.
That's fair.
Okay, so then where do you find inspiration to create new musical tracks in an industry that's so competitive?
Well, I mean, being in Calgary, we're a bit like small, but we have a great community there. We have Studio Social, which is a crazy localized community of like 300 music producers. I find inspiration a lot locally, just people pushing me to do the best that I can be. And then, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I get a lot of my inspiration from Berlin and Germany and what's happening overseas. I listen to a lot of weird mixes by a lot of DJs all over the world, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, what's that? I want to know more about that thing. I'm gonna dive in, and that's where I generally find my inspiration, either really locally or really far away, the places I've never even seen.
So I wanted to ask you, because you are one of the founders of Girls on Deck, a female DJ collective. How did you guys come up with the idea?
Well, I mean, feminism is a big thing. Now, I'm not going to call myself a feminist, all that aside.
Yes.
I mean, 13 years ago in the DJ industry in Calgary, my girlfriend Krista Thibodeau, who's DJ Mollify, and I were trying to do shows together, and we realized we were one of maybe 5 girls in Calgary. At the time, there was probably like over 100 male DJs, and we were like, listen, I know it sounds tacky and everything, but I think we need to have like a girls thing, and like,
I can do it.
Do this thing, like
Girl
get
power.
unify, and get everyone together. And I don't know, it worked for us, and it continuously has worked for us to support women and have women engaged in the arts and culture, whether they're DJs or vocalists or burlesque dancers or whatever. It doesn't even matter. It's just like women in the arts. We want to see more of that.
Where can our viewers go and find some of the tracks you played tonight, or even get in, on board with some of those other DJs that you play with.
Yeah, so I run a label called Substation Recordings, and we have a website called substationrecordings.com, and that's a great place to start because it has all of our artists listed, and you can link through there to the SoundCloud, the Mixcloud, all the different Beatport places where we buy music and have our music for sale. And then in terms of mixes, I mean, you're gonna hear a lot of the stuff I played tonight in some other mixes that I did really recently, like 5 days ago. And
meme prep?
Yeah, I was just playing other shows, and you get all excited because you're like, yeah, I love this, I love this, I love this, and this. And you play some songs for a long time, but then you also get new stuff, and you're really pumped up. So
that's wicked.
I have new mixes coming out on Monday this week, so there'll be something new like in 2 days. I'll put up a new one on Mixcloud. It's Isis Graham on Mixcloud.
So then, are you heading over to the Forks?
I am, because the man who is my inspiration, like my number one guy, I call him my rave dad. If he ever sees this, he's gonna die.
That's awesome.
But his name is Delirious, and he's my number one mentor in Calgary.
We're actually talking to him.
Yes, you better.
We're gonna be talking to him later tonight.
He's my rave dad, and anytime we're in the same city on a little tour together, I have to go and support him, because literally I was 14 years old at raves in Calgary watching him DJ, and he was what inspired me to start DJing. Hands down, the only reason why I'm here now is him.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, so we're going. Let's go to the Forks.
Once again, that is Isis Graham here at the Cube. We're headed to the Forks next. So we're here at the Forks with Delirious, who just finished playing an hour-and-a-half set. So we also had an interview with Isis Graham earlier at the Forks, at the Cube, and she had said that you're such an inspiration. You are her techno daddy. How do you feel about that one?
She's been calling me Rave Dad for a little while. I think it's because when she started coming out to parties, she was super young and I was DJing, and so we've just known each other for so long. I kind of, I feel like I've taken her under my wing in a little weird way, but I love Isis. She's amazing, and she's done such a good job. She sounded amazing tonight. It was amazing.
I was dancing all night. So then how does it feel being able to travel the world and not only play music for your fans, but potentially inspire upcoming artists?
It's a real blessing, you know. A lot of people, I think I try to not take it for granted. I really, really feel good about it, and I'm very excited for all the up and coming. There's so much good music coming up right now. It's out of control. It's beautiful. So I feel really good if I'm able to hopefully help some people out on their way up, or that kind of thing. Especially in my hometown where I see people kind of kicking me props. I really feel good about it. It's really, really nice. So definitely a cool thing to be around for this long and to hopefully keep doing it, so that's what I'm feeling.
So then what is your take on the evolution or de-evolution of electronic music?
It's definitely evolving. It's a constantly changing thing. I've seen it go through some ups and downs, and right now it's super popular.
Yeah.
There's no denying it. There's the whole EDM craze, but at the same time, the real underground stuff will always, it's the cream of the crop. It always rises to the top. It's a heartbeat. There's a heartbeat. That's what keeps everything going. So, we're proud to be a part of that and keep the scene alive and keep it vibrant, so definitely proud to be a part of that.
So I want to take this flash in the past. So I wanted to know, in high school, where would we have found you?
What do you mean?
So would we find you with any of the jocks, with any of the nerds, with the normal kids, the hipsters?
And when I was in high school, I was hanging out with the grunge kids, listening to grunge and Pearl Jam and Nirvana and Stone Temple Pilots, all that crazy stuff. I was DJing, I was into dance music and into electronic music, but it was a little different back in the day. That was my era. And then as I sort of stuck with it, I discovered house music, and the rest, as they say, is history. I just got my heart going. I just couldn't get enough. So.
Okay, so since we're still in high school, what was the first album you saved up your own money to buy?
I got a Canadian shout out. It's Maestro Fresh West. I love Maestro Fresh West. Big time love Maestro Fresh West.
That's so good. Well, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. We're going to hang out with you later and maybe dance.
Yep. Peace, everybody.
So we're here with Nathan Zahn, who's performing and also the director of Memetics. So how's this year going for you?
It's been amazing. In some ways, my favorite year. Weather-wise, we've been really lucky. Today is really a big relief. We had 35-degree temperature yesterday, and today it's nice and cool and chill. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
So then I want to talk about the origin of meme. So can we talk about meme number 1? So how did that all kind of come together to evolve into the festival we get to experience today?
Well, I've talked to a lot of people this weekend about that, and I like to remind people that we were kind of lucky that when we thought to maybe do a one-day electronic music showcase here, we talked to the city, and they actually showed us drawings of the cube before it was ever built. And they said, when do you want to do your show? And we said, in about a year from now. We planned out really far in advance. And it was the Cube, so we were the very first event to ever be held at the Cube. So it was just really lucky to be able to brand ourselves around this amazing piece of architecture. Yeah.
Wow. So performing and directing for meme, how do you balance the two?
It's actually quite tough. I'm actually taking January, February, March off this year from doing shows so that I can go into the studio and work on some of my own material and even practice more with my DJing. Yeah, we're wearing a lot of different hats doing this, and I mean, I love playing and DJing, but being an organizer, it's really hard to do both. So as much as winter's a good time in Winnipeg to sort of burrow away and hide away, work on your music. So we're going to go hard this summer and this fall. Lots of shows planned. We're doing a show at the Art Gallery for Nuit Blanche. We're doing another Forks Bridge Festival, a bunch of club shows, and then January, February, March, I'm going to disappear and try to make some more music.
Okay, so then talking about your music, where do you find inspiration to keep everything fresh in a very competitive industry?
Well, you know, meme and mimetic it's kind of funny. It's really a group of friends that came together who are all really passionate about music, and we're all we do, like, you know, when we're not throwing a festival is download tracks, buy tracks, research stuff. So, you know, we're always like throughout the year, you know, keeping tabs on what's going on, and we all have a little bit different tastes, so we have fun little arguments about what we want to book, but obviously we get along in terms of what we like musically. So you've got a bunch of music geeks, really, you know, people that are like really into the music, and it's nice because some festivals are really great, but you've got a really corporate structure, and you've got an artistic director, and even though I do a lot of the bookings, most of the bookings are shared between 3 or 4 of us, so we're really, you know, we sit down and we look at it together, and it's fun, you know, if you're like, pick your favorite DJ to play at a festival. If someone asks you to do that, we get to pick them because we're throwing it, you know?
That is so awesome. So also talking about being music geeks, where can some of our new and old viewers find your music?
So, well, we've got, I mean, personally, I'm on SoundCloud, Nathan Zahn on SoundCloud. And then our website, our new website actually, which is really great, is Memefest. It's memefest.ca. So we've got links to our music on there.
Awesome. So then what was your favorite performance this year at Meme?
My favorite performance so far this year, well, it was actually a tag set. So James Teej, as you know, and Timo Maas from Germany played sort of a surprise unannounced set on the bridge. And it was great because, you know, Timo Moss really is like a rock star. He's legendary. We got him for a really good price on a Thursday because James Teej is friends with one of our directors. He was very humble, really cool. You guys talked to him.
Oh yeah, they're amazing people.
And their music, hilarious, totally, and great stories. and their music, you know, it was really sophisticated. It was like funky, but they really held back. They kept it at 120 BPM, you know, because they were playing to this like smaller crowd. And Timo said to me, he loved it. He's like, yeah, it's like a pop-up party. So, you know, I think he was impressed with Winnipeg for this small city pulling off something like this, you know?
Yeah, when we were talking to lots of the artists, they talked about the tight-knit camaraderie of the scene that we have, and just how everyone was so laid back and relaxed, and they could just, you know, rub elbows with everybody. So
I mean, it's a bit of a do-it-yourself culture, right? Like, we're so isolated in Winnipeg. We're far from everything, right? So, you know, you can't just drive to Toronto from the weekend, or, you know, if you're in Montreal or Detroit, you know.
Definitely
so,
not.
So we're here, and it's like, okay, Calgary's 12 hours that way, Minneapolis is 8 hours that way. So if you're in Winnipeg, you're into this. Mimetic is like, it really has become, you know, sort of like almost the whole scene in a way, because we bring in everyone together. I mean, it's not about me or about just us. It's about, if you're into good electronic music, we're sort of the umbrella now.
No, you're the cooperative, right?
Cooperative, exactly.
No, that's what you guys are. You're bringing everybody together, and that's how I feel like you guys have been able to allow this scene to flourish.
Right, we couldn't do it on our own. I mean, my original crew, Symptom Technologies and Adam Balance Records, we were doing our own little projects, but when you came together,
boom.
That's when it went boom, yeah.
Awesome, thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys. Right on.
So we're here with Get Famous, Aaron Ives, and J&L. So, since the last time we spoke to you guys, what are you up to currently?
We're just loving making music. We've played 3 shows. This is our fourth show this year. and we got to play Festival de Voyageur, which is amazing.
It was awesome.
Awesome
That was a
turnout
great
there.
show. Yes.
And yeah, a few others, Goodwill and the Pyramid, and they were just loving playing out and having a good time.
Wow, that's
Not to
awesome.
mention, we also actually added 8 more songs to our show since last year. So last year we played a really kind of short set, and we fixed that now. So yeah.
So it's gonna be a longer set.
Yeah, you heard a preview if you were at Festival.
Yes,
yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Exciting. So then, we do know that you guys participating in the workshops this year. As hosts and as collaborators. So how did it feel having your music judged by your peers?
Okay, well,
You can answer that. I wasn't there for that one.
I showed some of my own works, and well, we talked that day.
Yeah, I know.
So then after we talked, it happened.
Yes.
And it was interesting because they picked a track that I rushed, and
Can they tell?
oh yeah. Well, you know what? They just said the bass was too heavy, but you know what? I always make my stuff
The bass
heavy.
is so good in that track.
Aaron loves it, so.
The bass is always heavy.
I was like, more
bass.
when he was working on it, so it's my fault.
But I did try to fight the guy after, so.
Yeah, I didn't see that part. I would have pulled him off.
Was there some sort of altercation then? Who won?
He won.
Oh.
Wait, who won?
He did.
Oh.
Let's not make him say it again, guys.
Shut up about it.
Okay, so seeing as how it's day 3, the last day of Meme here at the Cube, I want to ask you, so far, who's been your favorite performer?
Oh, geez.
It's probably
Timo Moss.
Chasm.
Timo Moss.
Nice.
I have to say, I got the chance to interview him on Thursday night at Union Sound Hall, and he is one hysterical guy. That's all I have to say. He is so funny.
He's a legend. He's a legend. So I have a couple of his records, and yeah. Timo Moss, hands down.
Moss.
If you guys could invite any artist to Meme and have your Get Famous pick, do you guys have any brainchild mashups that come to mind?
Oh God, I do. You know what? I'd love to see some of my friends come from overseas in the UK, like Miguel Campbell and Matt Hughes. They would be great additions here, but
yeah, we've collaborated with them in the past.
Yeah,
And
they're not exactly techno. They're they do what
it's
we
kind
do.
of eclectic here.
Yeah,
Mimi is getting more and more eclectic with the live performances and vocal tracks like what you guys are going to share with us shortly.
Totally.
Vocals. Wow, I'm excited now.
Okay, there's vocals.
There's vocals.
Guitar.
And I plug in a guitar.
And a guitar.
I play a stupid
that
little
makes me happy.
guitar.
Okay, we're getting better. We keep going.
Even
Come on.
better. Guitar, and you've got a regular keyboard too. He's
I got a regular
He
keyboard,
goes
yeah.
guitar, he goes regular keyboard, I go guitar.
I go like this, I go like this, and then this. And
Okay,
then
so-
thing.
And talk box.
Talk
He's on the
box.
talk
I like
box.
the
You know that
talk
little
box.
tube you put in your mouth?
Oh,
Just in case
okay.
those of you at home don't know
Yeah.
what that is.
Yeah.
Well, you put this tube inside your mouth, and it makes the blah 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 blah
Blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
blah 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 blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
It's just like
So
that.
just like that?
You're gonna love it.
So
Yeah.
then where do you guys find inspiration to start incorporating more and more instruments into the electronic sound?
Can I take this one?
Yeah.
Because
Go for it.
I mean, this whole project started because I kind of felt like it was a little bit boring without some instruments and stuff, right? And when we started doing this, I feel like not too many others were trying it, and like the software that came out at the time really helped people kind of do this. So it's Ableton. I'm gonna give them props. I steal your copies. I never paid for it. He has. Thank you.
So I wanted to ask, considering there's so many instruments you guys incorporate with your live music, how do you have the time to practice for everything?
We don't.
Well,
We don't.
we're jacks of all trades. That's the thing. It's all about the music. It's not so much about being a virtuoso at anything in particular. Just it's about the melodies and the tunes that grab people. So, yeah.
Yeah, good answer.
So you didn't need any special training for playing the sitar and the keyboard and all of that, and the guitar.
You're just born with it.
You're just born with it.
No, I'll actually admit
He doesn't
that
play an
I
actual
struggle.
sitar.
Oh.
The sitar. Guitar.
Guitar, sorry.
Guitar.
I
It's
feel like
a
I
miniature
struggle.
keyboard, and it looks like a toy, practically.
Oh, one of
yeah, it's
those.
like a
I think
little
I
red-
had one when I was a kid.
Yeah, you probably did. Probably
Where
had
is
this
it?
one.
We want it. We need backup.
Somewhere. I don't know how long ago that was. It was somewhere right
Calling
now.
your parents after this.
Well, Wicked, we look forward to your performance, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you for having
As
us.
always. Thank you
Well,
again.
thank you.
Get
Thank
famous.
you.
Mama Cutsworth. So how are you enjoying Meme?
It's great. Having a great time. Just got off the stage, so, feeling great.
Wicked. So we know that you're on your way to Italy, and you've been recently touring. So talk about what you're currently working on.
I'm actually working on a theater project with 2 South American circus performers.
Wow.
And I improvised the soundtrack with turntables and a mixer. And we're doing a lot of touring. We're doing like a theater circuit, but it's really neat because they're these like incredibly physical performers, and they perform silently, and then the soundtrack just like takes over the theater space. So that is my biggest creative challenge right now, and it's really different than my typical like, dance party set, but that's what I've been touring with, and it's really fun.
That's very eclectic.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's really neat.
So we got the chance to hang out with Crystal Fresh earlier today. So she had said, another well-known DJ, she had said you're one of her inspirations. So while you're traveling and inspiring other artists, like how do you feel about that?
Well, I didn't know that, so that's really nice. I think that it's really important to build community through like-minded musicians and DJs, and especially with female DJs, if we're still underrepresented in the DJ population, which is why I started a DJ Academy for women. And so that kind of thing I think is really important to just like make more connections with people and to be more supportive rather than competitive, and carve out your own personal niche with the music that you love, reflecting your own personality. But that's really nice that she said that. I'm honored.
Yeah, she was so happy that we were interviewing you as well.
Yeah, that's really nice.
We keep hearing this reoccurring theme about artists getting together and becoming a collective or a cooperative, and then just taking things to the next level.
Yeah.
So as opposed to everyone trying to throw a party on the same night, one person throws a party and everyone's involved in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very lovely. So then continuing with that, because you've inspired people, who are the first people that inspired you in your early years of music?
Oh, wow. Well, this is going way back.
Not that back.
I mean, in terms of like a foundation female DJ, Spinderella, who was the DJ of Salt and Peppa.
Yeah.
Especially back then, there were very few women doing that kind of thing, and it was super inspiring. So that was a big influence on me. And then also getting to know, like in terms of what you were saying about collectives and building sort of, I'll call them musical families.
Yes.
The folks from Balanced Records, the Winnipeg-based label, have been such a great group of people. I worked with them as a vocalist back in the day, and they were always really a supportive group of guys, and continue to be. And that's how I got asked to be part of Meme this weekend, was just through being working with them over the years. And that kind of stuff. It's like it sets a foundation for feeling comfortable in being who you are.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
It's that whole camaraderie.
Yeah, definitely.
Culture. Not rave culture. It's camaraderie. It's all of us. Different types of people can come together and feel as one.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
That is super awesome. So going back to traveling again, so you've just recently started traveling around the world. So we want to know, you don't have to say Winnipeg because we know we love it here. Yeah. But where else is your favorite place to perform?
Okay, well, I had some really great experiences recently. And I'm feeling a very musical kinship with a lot of places in South America. So I really enjoyed performing in Bogota, Colombia. The audiences there have been really open-minded to what I put out. And I'm also learning a lot from the musicians and DJs from there also. Something speaks to me about that kind of music. And then also Madrid, Spain. I had a really good time playing there recently. And again, due to this like open-mindedness, eclectic kind of thing that's happening. So those are two of my favorites, but I really, really do love playing in Winnipeg. I absolutely love it.
I told you you weren't forced to say Winnipeg.
No.
I throwed it in there for you.
It's like I'm very devoted to the community here and making Winnipeg a better place with what I can give to it, at least. And throwing like really like safe, queer positive, feminist dance parties that are inclusive to all. And Winnipeg is eating it up. I love it. Yeah, I feel really connected to this city. So
Well, Winnipeg definitely loves you.
Thanks.
No, definitely. I gotta. After this meme, my computer's just gonna be full of new music. I was out there dancing. I'm not sure. You probably have all the lights in your eyes and everything, but yeah, you're really tearing it up.
Thanks.
And
I noticed actually.
yeah, I was totally feeling it. I was ready to hear some of that very jungly, a lot of drums and stuff. I was very very happy with it.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you, and thank you for speaking with us.
My pleasure. Thanks.
Thank you.
Cause you sit on the top of my world. You wanna go out and get all made up and do whatever. Cause you sit on the top of my darling. Show me the night stuff. If you could, darling, show me.
So we're here with Justin James, a huge headliner that's out from Ontario who just got back from tour. So where have you been lately?
I spent the last 6 weeks in Europe. Berlin was home base, and I bounced around to a bunch of countries from there.
Oh, wow.
So what are you currently working on right now?
Right now, I'm working on getting back home from a long tour, and excited to get back in the studio, wrapping up a couple remixes and getting out some new originals and preparing for some other music that's coming out.
But there's some R&R time before that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just my own bed, my own shower is going to be really nice.
Very good. So we want to know about your early years and your first musical inspiration. What grabbed you and got you running after that musical dream?
I don't know. I developed a very strong love for music from my mom, and I've told the story actually a little bit this summer, a couple times in a couple interviews. And waking up on a Saturday morning when I was a little kid, and my mom was doing like laborious tasks like cleaning the house and stuff, and listening to music, and it was really really cool to see. It inspired me to see how she did things that she didn't necessarily want to do, but she was doing it to music and she enjoyed it. And it wasn't techno, it wasn't anything that led to techno. It was like Bruce Springsteen and John Mellencamp and stuff like that. But for me, yeah, it was cool to see, and I think that's when I developed a love and kind of got into other things, got into hip hop and alternative music, if you will, and then eventually into house music and techno.
Wicked. Speaking of the early years, do you remember the first album you ever purchased?
I remember, actually, we were just talking about this today. There's about 4 CDs. I remember the first 2 CDs I got for sure. The first album I got might have been the soundtrack to The Greatest American Hero, which was a terrible TV show that kind of dated me there. But I remember when I kind of fell in love with music, the first 2 CDs that I got for Christmas, again, my mom and dad bought it for me, was Ice-T Original Gangster and Ziggy Marley Jamaica. And those were the first 2 that were in my stocking, the first 2 CDs I had, and then I ended up with this huge CD collection after that. But those were, there was like, I remember I'm a huge Prince fan, so Prince records and Michael Jackson records, and but the first 2 CDs I got in kind of formative times were those 2.
That's okay. So with electronic music heading into the mainstream, what is your take on the evolution or de-evolution of the sound?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't think any of it is devolving or de-evolutionizing, if I made up that word, because it's all, there's always the progressive sounds that are there and progressive elements, and kind of what goes into the mainstream might not be the at the the avant-garde or the in-your-face brand new stuff, but the stuff that people are doing, whether things are above ground or underground or on ground, it doesn't really matter. I think if you dig deeper, you're going to find that this music is evolving in a good way, and maybe the stuff that you hear on the radio or you see on the main stage of a huge festival, it might not be the most progressive, and a lot of times actually the stuff that was progressive 5 years ago is what kind of became pop music in the last year. You know, like interesting trance and progressive house elements that I've never really been into, but you started to hear those in a lot of pop music production. You know, but I think maybe people can look deeper for more evolved stuff, but definitely somewhere in the spectrum of this music, there's always evolution, I think.
Oh wow! So in a highly competitive industry, how do you keep your sound fresh?
I turn knobs on synthesizers and hopefully something cool happens.
That was the best answer.
No, and it's true. Like for me, making music has always been about playing and exploring and experimenting. And I'm certainly not a classically trained musician. I'm not a I don't know how to read music. I don't know how to do that, but I know how to explore and experiment and take risks, you know. And I think that's what music is about, is taking things and that you've kind of created, or taken things that someone else has created and manipulated in a way that it's something new, you know, and fresh. And so I'm a big advocate for playing and turning knobs and banging keys to
and
something.
Just experimenting.
Yeah, and you know, I think if more kids learnt to do music that way, there'd be a lot more people who love to make music instead of sitting there and learning by the textbook, you know?
Yeah. So then where can our fans find some of the music you're going to play tonight for us?
Oh, some of the music I'm going to play tonight? Well, I guess my SoundCloud, Justin James or whatever, has a bunch of my music, you know, and a bunch of mixes that I have. I run a record label called Refused. It's refusedaudio.ca, and there's lots of stuff there, and we're on Beatport and other digital download places. And justinjames.ca is my website. And I'm plugging a little bit. And I think, you know, and there's so much great music out there that it's just a matter of digging to find it. And the stuff I'm going to play, you know, is from many labels, my own productions, my label productions, and music from my friends and people that I look up to.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, my pleasure.
So we're here with Alex Krygsveld, a local Winnipeg DJ. So how are you enjoying Meme so far?
It's been a blast. Nothing but good times, good vibes, lots of fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So then what are you currently working on after Meme?
After Meme, let's see. A little bit of sleep, you know, catch up on that.
Ditto.
Yep.
Ditto.
We're there.
No, but honestly, like this is my third year DJing, so pretty new. But I've known Nathan for years. I actually knew my mom before me and got introduced that way. All funny things, but I'll be working on producing. That's the next step. Just started getting into it, and I'll just be doing that.
So while you're still new and into the scene, so how did you discover that you wanted to follow the DJ dream?
Honestly, like I've always had a love for music. I grew up listening to rap and hip hop, but that slowly evolved. Got out of that, and back to my mother. She kind of opened the doors to electronic music, and like I was never allowed at her parties. Like, no, you gotta not be home for the night, and that's where Nathan and like Jeremy Oliver, a bunch of these guys, I met. They DJ at the house, and eventually I was like, no, I'm coming to your parties. And
what's happening?
Yeah.
Once you got old enough, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So then, where do you get inspiration for your sound?
A lot of the guys that are part of Memetic. I mean, obviously Nathan Zahn, because he's the one that told me to go get a mixer and get my act together and get on it. Jeremy Oliver, Sebastian, Dave Rad. Those are the main guys that really.
So then, this is gonna be a hard question for you because you're kind of buddies with everyone. Who is your favorite performance at Meme this year?
You can name multiple. It's okay. You can name multiple.
It's hard. I mean, one of my favorite guys is Noah Pred. He actually, I love his stuff. My mom listened to him. We went to Berlin in February and saw him, and I really enjoy his sets and what he's up to. Him and Deep Child, Rick Bull, they just did an album, Concubine, which
Deep
is
Child.
Amazing. Yes. Yeah, so those two guys are up there. I got to play opened for Deep Child when he was just here. So two big inspirations for sure.
So then, are there any sacrifices you've had to make to do music?
I mean, yes and no, but time, a lot of time. But you know, it was something that really hit me quick. It was like, this is what I want to do, so it was easy to find the time. Just
So also talking
make it
about
happen.
Yeah.
So also talking about you being local, where are some of your favorite places to perform here in Winnipeg?
Well, the Pyramid, I seem to
Of
always,
course, the Pyramid.
I always end up here. So this is like my home away from home. Love the Cube. I've never played there, but that is definitely the favorite spot for outdoor music. Honestly, Union's great. I mean, Nathan just uses it for the Sunday, the Thursday.
Oh, and Union has a great dance floor. I love going to
No,
Union.
Union's always good vibes. I don't know. I don't go out much.
You don't go out
No.
much.
I go out to play music.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
yeah.
If you're not the DJ, you might be at home
Yeah,
practicing and producing,
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
There we go.
Wicked. Well, we're very excited to see where you get to, and maybe we'll talk to you next year.
Thank you guys.
So then, where can our fans find the music that you have played this evening for us?
Everything goes on my SoundCloud. It's my name, Alexander Krygsveld. You'll probably want to ask someone to spell the name. Or my Facebook also. Same name, same thing. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time.
Of course, anytime.
Well, there, folks, there you have it. An inside view to what meme is truly about. The music, the artists, the culture, and the raw talent. How awesome. I can definitely say I will be back next year.
Myself also. I want to take this time to invite you to join us next year at Meme 2016. I also want to thank Memetic, Tharnsy, Hush Shout, Boutique, and our crew, because without any of them, none of this would be possible. Meme is a beautiful, spectacular event that will continue to bring art, music, and the people of Winnipeg together. We'll see you next time on Electric Prairies. Forks and Meme Walk, take 2.
Hey, Amanda.
Hey, Sam. Forks Meme Walk, take 3.
Hey, Amanda.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, Sam. How are you doing? Did that even work well?
That was amazing. Yeah.
Oh, I'm blinded.
Beautiful. I'm Amanda Nichols.
And I'm Sam Bear.
This is Electric Prairies.
Meme 2015.
I'm cold.
Behind the
sweating
scenes,
because of the
filming in
caffeine.
fall.
I'm like sweating because of the caffeine, but I'm like cold otherwise.
Because of caffeine?
Caffeine.
Oh, you said caffeine. I thought you said
Oh.
caffeine.
Shout Boutique and our crew. Fuck. Mosquitoes, sorry. Well, one more time. I'll get it this time, sorry.
What's this, number 8?
Yeah. I just can't get it now.
Mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Okay, ending scene, take 8.
We got this.
How do you spell that? I'm like, grr. Think of a bear, like, in the country, like in the wild. An inside to look view. Oh, blah, 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 blah. We finally had it.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. I'm an M&M now. Damn it! I had this one.
Sorry.
Woo!
Warranty, Hush Out Boutique, and of course our crew. Should we just stop? I'm just gonna stop. I really feel like Meme has found a home here.
All right, ending scene. Take what, 3? Take 3. And cut.
Yeah.
There is more sirens.
I want a clean tail.
Oh, do you see my goosebumps yet? Feeling in fall really sucks for summer.